Hello, I wanted to make a video about how to fix the Lenovo Y50 Hinge because it seems to be a reoccurring issue with the model, and I've actually had this problem with this specific model twice already. The first time I sent it out to Lenovo and they took care of it, but it took them about a month and a half to do it, and it was during school. So I don't want to really do that again. So I decided to take a look into the laptop to see if I could fix it with some common tools around the house. So I looked around and I opened it up and took a look, and I actually figured out a way to fix it. So now you can see that it's fixed, but in the cut that I'm about to show you is gonna be how you're gonna fix the problem. All you really need is a screwdriver. I have an iFixit toolkit, so I got a screwdriver, and you're gonna need some sort of metal plate, a small thin metal plate. I found one around the house. I'll show you in the video. You might have one laying around, but hopefully this will help you fix your Lenovo laptop too. So I'm gonna cut to the footage now. So as you can see on the monitor, as you can see that the hinge, which is right here, started popping out today, in which it made a crackling sound and it would pop up. And from what I understand, this always happens with the left hinge on this model, which seems to be a defect on this model. And what I observed when I kept closing it open and close to try to figure out the problem is that I saw that right over here, if you could see this, there's a discrepancy and the plastic over here has broken, and this part right here is glued onto the back of the back plate of the monitor to keep it all together on the hinge. So this part helps to make sure that the space there stays together, but I guess either the glue wears off or the plastic does, which tends to happen to a bunch of people, and that's what's causing the space that causes the hinge to act funky. And the only reason I was able to figure this out is because I was wondering why. I was trying to figure out why this side wasn't working and this side was, and I saw this right over here, that this one was fully formed, while right over here, as you can see on mine's, that it isn't exactly fully formed. Just to make sure, I'm going to zoom in just to make sure that you guys can see. So if you can see that right there, it is about half full, and there was a screw in there. I took it out, but I'll show you the rest. But over here you can see that it's fully in. So I tried to think of a way to fix this, in which I needed a new plate to stick it in there to make sure that, sorry, that was my phone, to make sure that it would actually stay together tight. So I was looking around my house and found something along the lines of this right here. Actually, let me see if I stick it over here, if it'll autofocus. Over here. Alright, so I had grabbed something like this right here, thinking that I could stick this type of screw. This is the type of screw that is in the device, that was in that socket. And as you can see, that this screw is very thin, so I mean isn't very long. So you have to be careful with what kind of item you choose to put it in when you choose to adapt it with something. So I just first off started with something like this, but as you can see, the surface area of this is way too big to fit inside the monitor area. Plus, what another key thing you have to look at is the length of it, because if this length is too big, then it's not going to fit. So I decided to use something like this that I found in my toolbox. So it was just a standard hole. The hole was a little small, so I had to screw it in bigger so that this would fit in. And then I ended up with something along the lines of this. This isn't finished because I still need to flatten out the edges because it's still kind of sharp, but I'm just gonna stick it in there for the purposes of the video so you guys could see. So this is the hole, this is the screw. I'm going to stick this in here and put it back in that spot to see if it'll be fixed all in all. All right, I'll cut to that. Okay, so as you can see, I've stuck the screw in here. There's still there's still space right over here, and then I'm gonna proceed to screw it in that hole. All right, and after that, it should be fixed. So let's do it. Okay, so it is now screwed in. It looks to be pretty fine. I still need to end up like sanding this down to fix it. But besides that, now, so it should close fine now. So the real test to see if this is actually working is to stick this back on and open it and close it a few times. So I'll see you guys then. Alright, so as you can see now, I can open my laptop just fine. The hinges is fine now. And everything is all good. So hopefully this worked for you guys as well as it worked for me. Yeah, this problem has been bugging me and a bunch of other people online. So I decided to do a video on how to fix it.